Hey, what's up? So I'm a minimalist and I like to call myself an intentionalist as well. And so a lot of what I do in my life, decisions I make, I try to keep a list of 5 priority areas in the right order as I'm thinking through things. Those 5 priorities, I've talked about them a lot on my newsletter, which you can subscribe to down below. Those 5 levels of priority are faith, family, social, work, and personal, in that order. I've said it a lot, but a lot of times when I become selfish or when my thinking turns to how best to support myself, that list gets flipped on its head. It becomes me, personal, work, social, family, faith. So I try to keep those right side up. And one of the ways I try to do that is in my digital life as well, especially on my iPhone. So recently I took a good hard look at focus modes on my iPhone and set those up in a way that when I'm with family, I'm only worried about family stuff. When I'm at work, I'm concerned with work stuff. You know, when I'm in an area of relaxation where I can do a little more fun stuff, that's when I can game, that's when I can get onto Instagram, things like that. But something that seems to happen not just to myself, but to others as well is over time on your phone, you add new apps people tell you about, maybe you get some sort of new technology that requires you to use an app. And after a while, your home screen just gets full of these recently downloaded apps, and it's good to take an audit of what's on your phone, what's taking up space, what's taking up mental space as you look at it every day as well, and cut out the things you no longer need. So I usually make it a priority to every now and then sit down with my phone and just really take a good hard look at those things and scrap the things that aren't providing value to my life in those lists of priorities. Life is full of distractions. We don't need more of them. And so today I thought I would kind of work through what that looks like and how I do that on my iPhone. And maybe you all could take some tips and tricks from that as well and do it for yourself. Something that's kind of related and it's like a pet peeve of mine, but it's really not that big of a deal, is a lot of times I'll look at, like, you know, I'm hanging out with my mom or my dad and they're on their phone and I'm looking at what's on their home screen. It's like, holy cow, you still have the main apps that were on your phone from Apple when you got it, and you don't use any of them. Like, why are those on your main home screen that you're looking at every day? And a lot of people don't care that much about tech, right? They just don't, it doesn't matter to them. But for me, it's like, only have what you need there. And it's a little pet peeve of mine, especially when they're like swiping through like 80 different screens trying to find something. I'm like, whew, if you just took like maybe an hour or less and went through them, you'd be able to find this stuff easier. But without further ado, let's dive into the phone. I'm gonna record my screen here and we're gonna see how I sort of audit and get rid of things that aren't important to that priority list that I have. So here's my home screen, right? There's a lot of stuff on here. I usually keep it basic like this. I've messed around with a lot of the widgets and things that you can do. I've found just having the apps here is what's best. Something that might bother a lot of you and might not are all the notification bubbles. I went through an article once my friend sent me, I'll try to link it down below, where this guy like really goes through, it's like an 80-minute long article read where he like wipes his phone. And one of the things he says is never show the notification bubbles, because those just encourage you to click on those apps all the time. Even if you've already seen those notifications or they're not important, you just want to click on them. They're red, right? It's a little bubble. You want to pop it. You want to get rid of it. So he, in his notification settings, wipes those from all of his apps. So he only goes into apps when he's intentionally needing to go into them. Just a pro tip, if that's something you'd be interested in. A lot of us don't want to miss things, right? And that's the idea about notifications, but it's something you can do. So as you can see, this is my home page, and I like to keep only one home page, but see what's happened is I have filled up another page. And these are apps that I've just downloaded throughout the last few weeks that I just haven't sorted or put anywhere. It's like your phone has an app inbox and this is it. So instead of going through like these screens, usually what I do is I just swipe all the way over and I go to this little app library up at the top, right? This is a list of all of your apps. I have a ton, and way more than I would like to have. A lot of them I need to have, but I wish I didn't, right? So what I'll literally do is just walk through here. The biggest thing are games. Games will get you with advertising. People will recommend games. You'll see like an ad for it on Instagram, right? And you'll download it, play it for a bit. But I find I try to get rid of all my games as much as possible because they really do take time away from others. It's great to play while you're, sitting on the toilet or something, but when you're with family, things like that, which again, that's number 2 on my list, it's good to not have those distractions. So I do a lot of managing ads for a client of mine, so we gotta keep that one. Alien invasion, I don't even know what that is, so usually what I'll do is click and hold, delete, see ya. Ally, budgeting, or I should say, Ally is Ally is our savings account, which if you'd be interested, let me know in the comments down below. Would you be interested in knowing how my wife and I work through our finances? Or at least the structure we have set up? It'd be interesting to know. A lot of it comes from Ramit Sethi's I Will Teach You to Be Rich, which is an amazing book. Amazon Alexa, see, this is an interesting one. I downloaded this because I got new smart home equipment and I wanted to connect it, but now that it's connected, I don't use the app, right? I just needed it to set that up. Anchor for podcasting, I do a podcast for work. I listen to Audible a lot. Baby Pro is our monitor. Bear is an interesting one because I've switched back to Notion, right? But I've just left it on there. Be Real, great, love it. Books, I have some audiobooks on there as well. Calculator, one of the best apps. Calendar is great. Call of Duty, love-hate relationship. I love playing Call of Duty on my phone. I play it quite a bit, so I usually leave it on here. Every now and then I'll delete it, then I'll regret it. Camera remote is for the Fujifilm. Canva's one, I do use it every now and then to create thumbnails for Reels, so we'll leave that. CapCut is one I haven't used in a while, but I do enjoy CapCut, and I'm seeing more and more about it, so I'm actually gonna leave that. If I get into more shorts and Reels, which may or may not be in my future, we'll see. The Chick-fil-A app, these are the ones that really bug me because these apps are great, but I don't use them that much, I definitely don't use Chipotle that much, so we'll get rid of that. I've been using Chick-fil-A a lot more. We get stuff for myself, my wife, my daughter, so having those points are great to have. I'm having a issue with Chrome and Safari right now because I use Arc, the web browser Arc on my computer. They don't currently have a mobile version, so I do love that. And I'm back and forth between Chrome and Safari, so sadly I gotta keep that till I make that decision. Circle is Matt Diavella. I have signed up for one of his courses, so that's through there, but I usually access that on desktop anyway. Devoom, I'm gonna get rid of it. Oops. I'm gonna get rid of Devoom because that's like a digital clock display thing, but it just displays how many subscribers I have on YouTube in my office at work. I don't really change it, so I can get rid of that. DoorDash, that's an app I don't use a ton. Bye. Dreamdale was a really fun game, but I haven't played it in a while. And again, we're trying to get rid of a lot of this stuff, so bye. I do need Drive for work. Dwell is a great Bible reading app. It's like Audible for the Bible. It's pretty cool. Eero is our Wi-Fi. That's the kind of app that I don't want on my phone, but it's good to have. But I might just get into the habit, and usually I do, of just deleting it off my phone until I need it and then getting it again. Erie Insurance, we got into a bad wreck a little while ago, so I needed that. Don't need it anymore. Every Dollar, budgeting. Evo Wera is a toothbrush app that I don't even use that toothbrush anymore. ExxonMobil's great. You get points for gas. Facer, I've been meaning to get rid of that one. That's like an Apple Watch kind of thing. Feet Electric is great. They're smart bulbs, so I have to keep that on there. Focus Keeper is really cool, and I do love, it's a Pomodoro timer, but I usually use it on my iPad more than my phone, so goodbye. Freeform, new from Apple. Some people might like it, I don't. Fuji Weekly is basically recipes for Fuji film photography, but I can just go on the website for that. Glorify is an app that my friend works for, but I don't know, I got it and then I haven't even opened it, so. I need Google Ads, don't need GoPro Quick. GoSend is another smart plug app, but I usually only use it during Christmas time, so goodbye. Groove is interesting. If you want to check it out, it's basically you log in and you join 3 other people who are working for like a flow state amount of time, like an hour, and you're in there working with them, and then at the end of the hour or whatever it is, you check in and say like, did you get done what you wanted to? It's kind of just an accountability flow state kind of app, which is interesting, but haven't used it in a long time. GroupMe, my church uses that. Hatch Sleep is my daughter's sound machine, which I almost use every day, so that's good to keep. Health and HealthMate. HealthMate does my smart scale, so I have to have it in order to get that data to then send to the health app. It's really annoying, but it is what it is. Hydrate, my water bottle app, which is pretty helpful. Illustrated was a fun game. It's like a puzzling game, don't need it. Image Sync is for my Ricoh to transfer those images. Imaging Edge I can get rid of because I just sold my Sony. That's the Sony app. Instagram, yep, gotta keep that. Casa is another smart plug app, but we changed all our plugs to light bulbs, so I can get rid of that, which is great. Kindle, I do have some books on Kindle, so to be able to access them on my phone is nice. Legends, played that game once. Libby, really cool. As you can see, I haven't used it in a while. You can access library books, digital and audio that your library has, and listen to them for free. You're basically just checking them out of the library like you would normally, but it's done digitally, which is super cool. Lightroom is interesting. I'm shooting more and more in JPEG, and I like the way that looks, how easy it is to be able to just take a picture and that's the picture, you know? I like that. So let me get rid of Lightroom here, and I might actually cancel my subscription as well. Need to think about that. LinkedIn, use it every day. Career, you know? Maps, Measure, Mercari, best buying and selling app in my opinion. Messages, Messenger, I hate Messenger, and I kind of want to get rid of it. People send me stuff on Messenger a lot. I don't send anything through Messenger, but I can always check on my computer. So that was a executive decision there. My Verizon, I don't really want that, actually. I can always just log in on the computer. My Hyundai, that's my car remote kind of deal, which is pretty neat. New Bible is my Bible app. Nest controls our thermostat. Notes I was using really heavily. I might consider getting rid of Notes, just like I did Bear, at least off my phone. PayPal, I don't really need on my phone, actually. This is probably really boring content, but you can kind of see what I'm working through here. I don't know. Love all those, obviously. ProCare is my daughter's school, where we check her in and stuff. Quip is my toothbrush, and it's a smart toothbrush, so I get points for brushing my teeth, which is super cool, and you can get like gift cards and more Quip devices if you brush your teeth a lot, which is neat. Reader is cool, but I don't need it on my phone. I do that mostly on my computer. Realm Connect, my church thought about using that. I don't think they are. Same thing with Ricoh recipes. I've kind of settled on what I like out of the Ricoh, and I can always go online and see those. Ring, doorbell, safety stuff like that. Safari. Schwab is another bank account thing. Self-employed is my main business, you know, finance, whatever account. I love using that app. I can send out invoices, things like that through there. Services is when I play in church with the church band, right? They can tell me what songs are coming up, things like that, which is super cool. Shark Clean is our vacuum, and I don't really want this on my phone, but there's a lot of times where I want to like tell the vacuum to stop vacuuming and I'm too lazy to like go do it, or maybe I'm upstairs and it's going, so I keep that on there. Shop is basically showing me where my packages are. Shopify, I work with a company who uses it, so it's good to have that. Skillshare, don't need it on my phone. Do love Skillshare, that's pretty cool. Slack, my company uses. Spark is my email app of choice. It's the best. You can quote me on that. Spotify, great. Squiggle Drop is like a fun game, but let's get rid of games. Starbucks, Substack. I actually don't want Substack because it's just a reader. Substack is who I do my newsletter through. So again, if you want to sign up for my newsletter, which goes out every Tuesday morning at 8:01 a.m., subscribe down below. TikTok. I don't really use TikTok, but my wife sends me so many TikToks. So I keep it there. At the end of the day, she's like, hey, let's watch the TikToks I sent you. So whatever. TMNT Shredder's Revenge has been really, really fun. You should check it out. If you have Netflix, it's a Netflix game, which is really weird, but you should totally check it out. It's super fun. Todoist, I do use as my to-do app. Apple TV, I don't really need that. Twitter, love Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Spencer S. Pugh. I'll see you over there. Uber, I don't use Uber that much, but when I use it, I get the app. So if I know I'm traveling for a business trip or something and we'll need to Uber, I'll get it. Unfold, don't need it anymore. I was doing the like bio, link in bio thing with them. Vampire Survivors has been super fun. Why is it? That's really weird. Am I like deleting apps that I'm not meaning to? I think I am, so that's annoying. When I watch this back, I'll be able to see and I'll probably get really mad. Venmo, Vero, not sure how I feel about Vero these days. It's such a promising app. Come on, guys. VSync is our air purifier. We just got that because we keep getting sick and we thought maybe, maybe air purification would help us a little bit, who knows. Visco, don't use it that much anymore. Now that I'm shooting JPEG mostly. Wallet, watch, weather. Wells Fargo white border is how I put the borders around my images on my photography Instagram account, which is no pictures after sundown. I'll link it down below as well. You can go follow me over there for all my photography. 500 pixels. I thought I've deleted this like 800 times. All right, that's it. YouTube Studio. And as you can see, as I go back, a lot of these apps have disappeared. I will probably go through and rearrange. Like some of these I just don't need. Remove from home screen, And again, we're not in any focus mode right now. It's just the main one. So when focus mode does come on, which maybe I can show you guys. Yeah, I'll do this really quick. Why not? Personal, I think is just, it's just the main thing. Work, I do have a widget, which is my calendar, the weather. I'm in airplane mode, sorry. And then if I need to search anything, email, Spark, LinkedIn, calendar, Todoist, photos. This shouldn't be on here. Yeah, that's what I have for that focus mode. We'll go into sleep, which I think is the same. It just changes, turns my alarm on, things like that. Family's the big one. I try to keep only things that I would need for family. So only my family and certain people can contact me, right? And then photos I usually use when I'm with my wife and my daughter. This is between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. when it's just fully family time. Calendar, clock, settings, hydrate. And then I use my camera a lot to take pictures of my daughter and things like that, which is funny. So I did need photos and my camera. Those are the big things for me, but that's it. That was really long. I hope this was valuable to you all. I just thought I would go through that. I'd been needing to do it and I thought, hey, maybe just sharing, what apps I have would be interesting. I know I made a video kind of like that not too long ago, but what apps I have on my phone and how I go about minimizing what's on my phone every now and then, and clean out the junk basically is the biggest thing. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Good luck minimizing your phone. If you'd be interested in seeing how I minimize, my computer, clean out my computer, maybe my iPad. I don't really clean my iPad a lot, but I'd love to share that with you. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed and if you want to see something else like this in the future. I appreciate you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please watch this video. I think you're gonna love it. Like the video, it helps us against the algorithms, and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all in the next video.